Hey, what's up, guys? It's George, and recently I've received a couple of emails from different individuals who've shared with me about their situation, quitting smoking weed, and it was interesting because in each of them they had shared how they still missed smoking weed and were toying around with the idea of smoking it, and basically kind of wanting my, almost like kind of asking my permission, like if they could, which, hey, you can do whatever you want with your life. I'm not here to tell anyone what they can or can't do with their life, just the way I don't want anyone to tell me what I can or can't do with my life. But I'm going to offer my, my advice, my comments and criticism. I've coached a lot of people from this channel, and so, so I want to give my feedback. And this is what I want to say on this is that instead of, the reason why you're missing and you're craving and you're thinking about it and you're toying around with this, the idea of smoking weed is because you're focusing too much on what you don't have, and that aspect of not smoking weed, and where if you want this to become easier, instead you got to focus on developing that person that you want to become. Instead, put more focus and energy and attention into developing that man that you want to become, that man or woman that you want to become, and that's when it's going to get easy. But if you're still really missing it and craving it and everything, it's because a good chunk of your focus and attention is still focused rather on what you want to create, but on what you're lacking. And when you focus on what you're lacking, when you're operating from a place of lack, that's when you're going to start to develop stress and other less favorable emotions that are going to lead to trigger you wanting to relapse and smoke and go get high and things like that, where in my opinion, going out there smoking weed is a cheap high compared to the better highs of life. The best highs in life you're ever going to experience is that of accomplishing your goals and doing what it is you thought that you couldn't do, going out there and just crushing a workout when you were tired and you weren't in the mood to do it, but you did it anyways. Or when you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone to achieve something that you weren't sure you could, but you gave it your all and you did it. That's the best high. Going out and just smoking, that's just a short temporary fix that's not gonna leave you truly satisfied. So some words of encouragement to help you to make it easier to stay on this path of developing that that person that you want to become is I'm a big one on hobbies. Our life ends up becoming a byproduct of our habits, our rituals, our hobbies, and so I want to recommend you a couple of hobbies to implement into your life to help you to have to work towards having a better quality of life. And one hobby that I highly recommend is to have a hobby, one hobby that makes you money. Even if you have a job, even if you have a successful career, you can still have a hobby on the side, something that makes you money, whether it's investing, stocks, whatever, selling things, but doing, having a hobby, something that makes you some money, whether it's flipping stuff, selling stuff, having a little business, or, maybe you already are an entrepreneur, great, then you got that, have a hobby that makes you money, because that'll give your life some purpose. Then also have a hobby that is going to make your body, physically stronger. A lot of people that I coach, aren't in the habit of exercise, and many people don't take this seriously. They don't really think that like incorporating a regular exercise into their life is that serious, but it absolutely is. It doesn't have to be as intense as something like jiu-jitsu. I just left jiu-jitsu. It doesn't have to be something like that. It doesn't have to be CrossFit. It doesn't have to be going running 10 miles every day. It could just be, going for a 30-minute walk every day, a power walk every day, going for, doing 30 minutes of yoga every day, going cycling. So many multitude of different things, but take that seriously of developing a hobby of physical fitness in your life. So have a hobby that makes you money, have a hobby that makes you physically stronger, and you got to do it long enough until it literally becomes an addiction. Just doing exercise every day for a month is not enough to truly make it an addiction. You got to do it for, easily 90, 120 days to really, like I've said before in other videos, it's 30 days to make something a habit, 90 days to make it a lifestyle. Let's just shoot for 120 120 just to really solidify it in. By the time you do something 120 days, you know, you're going to be well on your way to making that just a thick part of your life. But then also have a hobby that, you know, a third hobby to implement into your life is one that exercises your creativity. This is why I like doing YouTube video. I actually, you know, many of you guys not know this, but I actually have multiple YouTube channels. I even just started another YouTube channel just recently, kind of as an experiment, and already having success with it, which is really fascinating. But I like and enjoy YouTube because it's a way for me to exercise my creativity. I also play the guitar. I play harmonica. I'm learning the piano, and you know, I'm learning sketch and drawing. So you know, I have multiple hobbies that allow me to exercise my creativity. But I think that's so key. You know, if you're all about is just making money in business, and you know, and you don't and you don't have anything in your life that allows you to exercise that creativity, then you know, you may find yourself lacking some fulfillment. Where you know, there's a reason why we have our left and our right brain. You know, our left side of our brain is the analytical side of our brain. Our right side of the brain is the side of our brain that's more entertains that creative side of us. And so we do also have to exercise that creative side of our mind as well. And so so these are the things that I recommend. Just 3 simple hobbies you can begin to implement into your life. You know, one that makes you some money, one that makes you physically stronger, one also that helps exercise your creativity, and then one just a 4th one in there to add in there as well is have a hobby that will educate you and make you more intelligent. This is why I'm a big one on reading. I love reading. I love listening to audiobooks. I'm always listening to audiobooks, always reading, because you know, that way educating yourself. So start incorporating reading. Get a book, or you know, whether it's Audible or a physical book, one that you truly enjoy, that you're excited to read, and that way it's easy to do it. Okay, but if you do these things and you start implementing these things into your life, and you start working towards becoming that person that you want to become, then it's going to be so much easier for you not to be thinking about what you're not having, operating from a place of lack, because instead, you know, you're operating towards, you know, you're seeing it as a privilege to work towards becoming that person you want to be. You know, I have a book somebody recommended me just today that I'm really excited to read, get home and download it in Kindle so I can start reading it, and I'm really excited about that. So and that's why I'm sharing this, is to share these things to get you euphoric and excited about hobbies that get you high. That way you're not operating from a place of lack, like, oh my gosh. But if I was just going home to just be bored and twiddle my thumbs, then yeah, maybe I would be more thinking about those things. Or if I didn't have exercise, if I didn't have the hobby of exercise in my life, then sure, I would probably be more depressed and have more anxiety, and that would lead to me, you know, thinking about other ways to get a high, since I'm not getting a high from exercise. If I didn't have hobbies making me money, I have multiple businesses. It gives me a lot of purpose and passion in my life, doing those businesses. You know, those who know, I garden. I love gardening. Art, music, and all those things are ways for me to exercise my creativity. So doing, and YouTube and all these different things, these formulas, are what make it a lot easier for me to just operate my life without thinking about smoking weed in the morning or in the afternoon. I can just live my life and I'm more focused on the person that I'm developing. Okay, so I hope this helps, guys, and just food for thought. I'm not telling anybody how to live your life. You can make the choices that you want with your life. I'm just here to lead by example and just share some food for thought, so you guys can ponder on it and decide what it is that you decide to do with your life. And whatever you decide to do, like I say, make it the right decision for you, whatever choice you make. And until next time, let's make it a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life.